Practice Stitchcraft, and I'm Nicole. We are here for Flosstube number 7 today, Monday, May 3rd. Not my usual weekend recording and not my usual recording space. I am coming to you from the floor outside of my craft closet because I was doing a little planning and organizing for May Madness, May Stitchy Madness. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants today. I do not have any notes, so we're going to see how this goes. I will start. I don't actually really have any life updates to share with you. Nothing big and exciting has happened in the last 2 weeks. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. I will be getting a puppy in a couple of weeks, or not weeks, a couple of months. So I will give you more information on that down the road. But that's about it. That's all that's happened in my world. I have no FFOs, fully finished objects for you. I do have one FO, though, a finished object, a project that I completed the stitching on, but have not yet framed or done anything with. And that is Barbara Anna's Dreaming Girl. I'm vaguely obsessed with her. She was mostly done last time you saw her. I had to finish up the winter part down here, which I did. Got that winter section in. I love her. I have to find the exact right frame, which has not happened yet, but will. I have kitted up Dreaming Frida, but I haven't started that yet, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's it for FOs and FFOs in the last 2 weeks. I've had an FO in my last 2 videos. You probably shouldn't expect one for a long, long time now. So, I have 2 whips in the 2 weeks that we've worked together because I finished Dreaming Girl. One whip is Marshmallow World. I'll put a picture of where you saw it last in here. This is my Merry 25 stitching. I stitch on it on the 25th of every month, and it is entirely Rolodex stitches. Carla's fault because she's the one who found this, and then I felt like I had to do it. And so I pull it out on the 25th of every month. It's a very slow-going project. It'll be done, sometime by the time I'm 93, hopefully. But this is what it looks like now. So every month when I pull it out, I add 1 pink strand and 1 white strand to the border, because if I try to do that all in one chunk, it'll never get done. And then I finished this ornament, and then just some extra thread that was on my needle. I started the next one, but that's where we are. Love the colors in this. This is the Called For DMC, and it is on 32 count Zweigart linen in light taupe. So that is one whip. I don't know if I said it. Whip is work in progress. The projects that we are currently working on. This is what that will look like sometime before my centennial birthday. My next whip, and I'll put where you saw it last here, is the Dark Queen of the Sea Sal. She's in the Q-Snap. You can't see a ton of her. I actually really hate taking things in and out of the Q-Snap, so I'm just going to leave it as is, and we're going to go with it. So since you have seen her last, I started the April section. I know it's May, I'm behind. I finished the Trident in the April section, and I started the coral. That's what that is there. So there's a couple pieces of coral that go around this that I need to finish for April. And then the May part came out, and I'm going to talk about that also in a moment. And that is here. It's the bottom of her tail, which I'll show you when I talk about plans. But that's it for whips. I think it's going to be a pretty quick video. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? One tiny little piece of haul, which after the last video, and that is my fabric of the month from Be Stitch Me. I get a 40 count even weave, 40 count Verdal. Crinkle, crinkle. And this month, the April fabric of the month is Anemone. It's a beautiful purple. I'm a purple person, so I really love this. It's looking a little washed out in the camera. It's more like the part that's in the shade than the part that's in the sun. So I'm looking forward to finding a project for that. I did buy a few things that aren't here yet, so I will show those next time. I bought threads from a company. I'm a little concerned, actually. They were for my year 1 Frogwarts pattern, and it was a color I was having trouble finding. And I found it on a site that said it was in stock, and I ordered it. And I ordered it a little while ago, and I haven't received a shipping notification. I've emailed the shop several times. I've gotten no response. So that's a little concerning to me, but what are you going to do? So, plans. I decided I was going to do a version of Lindy Stitch's, Stephanie, of her stitch Sania. Trying to get my sals caught up. So I printed a little calendar. These are for free on Fat Quarter Shop's website. I printed a calendar, and the idea is that I'm going to, during the week, work on either getting a part done on a sal, or getting a section of a part done, because Dark Queen in particular, those parts take me a while. So this week, my goal is to finish the coral from April during the week. If I finish the coral from April, I get a new start this weekend. My new start, it's in my most amazing Jasmine Ravenclaw bag. Jen does great work. If you're not following her, get to it. And that would be my year 1 Frogwarts band sampler. Now, whether or not I finish anything this month, I'm planning on starting this. I didn't do a birthday start because I was away and I didn't carry stuff with me and I was busy on my birthday. So at some point this month, whether I finish a section or not, this one is going to get done. Not done. Let's be real. Just gonna get started. I have a fabric. It's huge. My current plan, though it may change, is to do all the band samplers in one long piece. We shall see. That could also be a real nightmare to get framed. So We'll see. But one way or the other, I am starting this project. This is the only for sure new start that's happening this month. Because I make my own rules. Now, the rest of the weeks, there's some debate. So next week, the week of the 10th, I would like to finish Dreaming Frida Part 1. Parts 1 and 2 are out for her already. So I would like to finish Part 1. If I finish that, well, let me tell you the weeks, and then I'll tell you the weekends. The last 2 weeks, the week of the 17th and the week of the 24th, I am trying to finish and be caught up, therefore, on the May Dark Queen of the Sea. Excuse me, the May Dark Queen of the Seesaw. So Part 9 was released. So April was the Trident and then the coral that's over here. The Trident, as you saw, is done. My goal this week is to get the coral done and hopefully start then on the weekend the Frogworts band sampler. This tale, I feel like, is going to be deceptively long to finish. I think there's a lot of stitching in there. So what I'm thinking is that I will set the middle part. You know, I'll do a little mathing. I'll find the middle, which I'm going to guess, just a guesstimate, because we've got about to here done. So I'm going to guesstimate that the middle is going to be somewhere in this big old chunk of tail here. So I'll figure that out. I haven't done it yet. And if I finish the first half on the week of the 17th, then I get a new start that weekend. If I finish it the week of the 24th, then I get another new start. So that has the potential to be 4 new starts in the month of May. If I can keep up. I've addressed the fact that I'm a slow stitcher. So it could be only Frogworts because that's getting started one way or another, as I said. So let me show you, other than Frogworts, some of the projects I've pulled as possible starts for Stitchsania. This here is fully kitted projects. So I pulled projects from here. And then my patterns, I don't know if you can see them, they're here in these binders. In those binders right there. They are just patterns, and then some of them are partially kitted. I have the fabric that I want to use with them, or the floss, but not fully kitted. I didn't even touch that. I just dove into my bin of kitted projects. And I pulled Frogworts Band Sampler. And then 4 other projects. And I have no order for these. I don't know which one or ones will go, depending on, at least one of them will go, possibly more, depending on whether or not I finish the parts that I need to earn my new start. But I'll show you what I have. I'm open to your opinion on the matter. The first one I have sitting here, these are in no particular order, just the pile that I have over here. The first one that I have sitting here is the Blue Flowers Night Walked Down. Let's see if I can take that out of the package, actually. I bought this on a stash unload as a kit. So that's what that looks like. I think she's beautiful. It says, Night walked down the sky with the moon in her hand. So that's one option for a new start. The thing about this one is that the person that I bought it from kitted it with linen. And the Dark Queen is the only linen thing I've done. I'm not really good at stitching. I'm getting better. But I find even weave much easier. I mean, I guess I could, I don't know if you can see like just the sheer volume of fabric I have hanging up here. I could pull a different one, but you know, maybe we try to stretch ourselves. Another possible new start is from Cottage Garden. Cottage Garden Samplings. And this one is Peacock and Pomegranate. I saw someone posted this finished, and I actually bought it immediately because I was so obsessed with it once I saw it. I cannot get over the colors of that. I absolutely love that. So this is another one that I have fully kitted and ready to go. My newbie self, when I bought this last summer, because I'm coming up on a year of stitching, but not quite, was like, oh yeah, it calls for linen. Let's do it. So I bought linen for this one as well. This linen looks a little easier to stitch on now. Famous last words, am I right? So this one is entirely kitted and ready. Well, not ready to go. By kitted, I mean the floss and the fabric and the pattern are all in the bag. I haven't actually like set anything up to stitch with yet. I haven't sorted all the floss and all of that. My third possible new start is an owl forest. I'm waiting on my threads, patiently waiting on my threads for the owl forest Alice Sal. Coming from Russia. They get here when they get here. It's all good. But this one I bought not as a kit. I bought the pattern, the download. I did buy the floss, and then I have fabric from my stash. And this one is Autumn Flowers. Speaking of my love for purple. So I had this 32 count Lugana in Exotic Orchid. Pretty close, right? And I did buy the threads from Owl Forest. So I did have the threads for this shipped, and their threads are just delicious. The variegation that they get, so beautiful. And then they send them on a bobbin, and the bobbin has the color already printed on it that goes with the chart. So that when you're stitching, it's already there. I wanted to see if the symbol was there. The symbol is not there, but the number is. So then you can just add the symbol to the bobbin. And the bobbin it's cardboard, but it's, I don't know if you can hear that. It's a pretty sturdy cardboard. So that is the third of my options. And then I pulled a fifth one out, even though I'm only going to do 4, because I couldn't decide. I was being highly indecisive. That's really nothing new for me. Let me put all all this stuff away so it doesn't get all mixed up. Whoops. Dropping flosses, making a mess. So yeah, maybe you could, there we go, that's better. That's the floss pack for this. I have actually a handful of Owl Forest patterns and kits or just the flosses, and I haven't started any of them. It's back to that slow stitcher problem. So, the last project I pulled as a possible new start is a long dog sampler. And it is Virtue. This is, I got this off of the Stash and Loading as well. I saw this on Stitching and Sequins, McKenna. Wow, they went right out of my head really quickly. She stitched this, and I just cannot with the colors in this. Like, no words. No words on the colors. It says, virtue's the chiefest beauty of the mind, the noblest ornament of humankind. Virtue's our safeguard and our guiding star that stirs up reason when our senses err. And then practice makes perfect on the bottom. It's hard to read in the print. But truly, as nice as the sentiment is, it was the colors that got me on this one. So this one is also all ready to go as far as having the pattern. And I pulled, because this is a big mama jama. I happen to have a ginormo piece of 32 count Ivory Lugana. A ginormo piece of that. So that's, I think, what I'm going to use for this. I also have some big pieces of, like, what is it, MCG textiles or whatever, in more, like, antique white, and they might be better. I don't know. I have to actually toss the colors on and see. But I definitely want to go with something kind of plain and just let the colors speak for themselves. So that is the 5 possible new starts. One is a definite new start. The question is when. The other 4 will be dependent on my finishing my homework for the week. And then I guess I'll just wait and see what moves me for the weekend. If you have any favorites, any words of wisdom, anything like that, please drop them in the comments. I would like help. I'm feeling really indecisive. Help me. So that's it for the stitching. I would like to do my featured floss tuber. This week I'm going to shout out someone that I would almost guarantee that if you have found my little corner of floss tube, you know this person already, but in case you don't. If you do not watch Michelle Bendy Stitchy, what are you even doing? She's phenomenal. She's humanitarian. She's kind. She designs the cutest things. She stitches everything under the sun, which I love. Everything from smalls to samplers to more pop culture things, just whatever floats her boat, and her channel always has a variety to watch. And she's been stitching for a while, so she's always got, you know, different things to see behind her that are finished. And she's just one of those people that whenever I go into YouTube and I see that she's posted a video, like, I can't watch it fast enough. So if you haven't found the wonderfulness that is Michelle Bendy Stitchy, go check her out. You won't be disappointed. That I will say, and this isn't a warning per se, but she does get, I guess some would call it political. It's not really politics. She's very much about human rights. I will say that. And she speaks her mind loud and proud, which is not a negative. I'm not saying that's a negative. But if you are someone who would be bothered by that, she is unapologetic about her opinions, as she should be. And if it's going to bother you, perhaps you can go listen to what she has to say, or just don't watch, because that's her place to say what she wants. So that's that. My quote is going to be real short this time. My co-teacher that I teach one of my classes with gave me some words of wisdom, and sometimes I think we all need to hear it. And her words of wisdom for me last week when I needed it was, well, if all else fails, take a nap. Bye guys, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Happy stitching.